I thought it was not a statement victory at all by South Africa.
No,
Ireland, they didn't wake up in attack until 55 minutes. They could have won that match. I didn't think South Africa were particularly great on the day at all.
they didn't get a rubber. I mean,
And Ireland got
I mean,
stuffed on a couple of those TMOs.
people talk about
Absolutely
the luck of
stuffed.
the Irish. I mean, Jesus, they. I mean, I'm not saying in the minutiae of the decision making. I mean, they were either alls. A lot of it came down to this move towards the sort of cricket umpires call type system we now have. So there's not a camera angle, which absolutely changes the on-field call. I think that's very questionable that rugby's gone down that road, but they had a whole bag of really bad luck actually on those calls. Those were tiny calls.
That first one was a shocker because when you're at the breakdown, the ref sets the standard in the first 10 minutes, and he'd been allowing that. It was a very dynamic counter-rucking breakdown.
Khaleesi had done it transparent.
You could have 20 penalties a match if the
Yeah.
TMO came in every time that happened. The ref was happy with it. The TMO does not need to come in for that. The ref has made the call on that. That was an absolute daylight robbery, that one being chalked off.
Don't disagree. And you couldn't tell whether Lowe's foot whether the ball had left because there wasn't a camera angle.
Yeah. I thought the likelihood was that he was still in touch. He had the right hand on it as the foot hit the ground, but that was a 50-50 shout. And because he'd automatically given the try, because to be fair to Pearce, at the time it did look like he'd somehow miraculously batted the ball in, and therefore the try was legal when Colby pounced. But actually, as soon as you look at the pictures, there's a lot of doubt there immediately.
Yeah. I mean, one of the issues is, and you know, there are a couple of countries where the broadcasters are more in the microscope, under the microscope than others. Is whether camera angles are sometimes being suppressed. And you know, that's a huge issue for the sport going forward.
We do like a conspiracy theory on this podcast, George. So it's
yeah. Well, you're going to tell me that the world's not flat next, aren't
you? You were in Pretoria, as I was, for that 2009 Lions tour. When who was it? It was the South African centre for he
in the corner, that try.
Yeah, I mean, we never saw the angle from the end
along the touchline. Yeah,